iPad. And it is already recording, so let's just get started there. Okay, do you want to take it, Ursula? You need to open your mic.
Yeah, it's okay.
There you go. Yeah, perfect.
Welcome everybody to our first event covering UK and Europe, but I know there's various other people that have joined us from other countries, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support, really appreciate it. And we're just going to go through various items. We're going to look at different products and how maybe you can get involved with your business. So we've really focused on people very much that are in the healing industry. So whether it's yoga, Pilates, from different massages, because the products we're going to look at are those that really can enhance your business.
So some housekeeping rules for the people that just came in a little bit later. Please keep your microphone in mute because we are recording so that we don't have any parasite noises. Let us know in the chat box your name and where you're calling from, because sometimes we have somebody that is called iPad and then we cannot get back to you because we don't know who you are. So if you could just please in the chat box say, I am so-and-so, and eventually, you know, who invited you and your contact details, that would be really, really helpful if you want us to get back in touch with you and answer personally any questions that you might have. So if especially Mrs. or Mr. iPad could answer, that would be really, really good. And then let's get started. So the structure of this presentation, it's going to be very, very short. The idea is that we're going to stick to 5 minutes each, and we're going to give you a very brief introduction about what Nikken is. And then we're going to talk about 5 different lines that we have and we feel you're going to find very, very interesting. And we're going to get started. If somebody could help me with the participants, admitting them, that would be really, really helpful.
Yeah, I'll take care.
Thank you. And so we're going to start with the intro. So welcome to the Nikken community. When you see who is available here in this call, you're going to see that there's people that look different, that come from different places, that have different ages, and that's the richness of this company. It's one of the largest wellness companies in the world, focusing on the well-being of humans. It's a Japanese company, started in 1975. Today, it's in 19 different countries. And it's a company that I find extremely helpful because we have, hold on, because the sharing stopped. Hold on, these are the little hicks that happen sometimes. So share, wait a minute.
I can see.
You can see it, okay.
Yes.
So founded in 1975, 19 countries. Really important to know, it's a company that's absolutely debt-free, which talks about an incredibly solid management, and it qualifies 5A1 for those people in finance that know what that means. It's a top rating by a rating company that's called Dun & Bradstreet. It's values, quality, integrity, and innovation, and a concept that I love, which is humans being more. And it has it's a company with a philosophy, 5 pillars of health. In order to be healthy, you need to have a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy family, healthy societies, and finances. And the key is balance. So now we're going to start with the first line of products and the first kind of like testimonial that we want to share with you from Patty Sutcliffe, which is joining us from all the way from America.
Hi, This is Patty Sutcliffe. I don't know if you can put my picture or not, Patty. I want to tell you my story. We're going to talk about the water, and as soon as okay, it's going on the video. Okay, okay. Thank you. This is me. This is in Chiapas. I'll just quickly tell you my story. I started in Nikken 8 years ago in a moment, I guess, like right now, in the sense that life, like you get a thunder and it changes your life. Everything is happening. Everything you know as you know it has changed. I was at the same time sick and tired of buying plastic and water, but many things were happening in my life. Also, I was in between chemos and radiation, but I knew I needed a financial plan B. So it was just a thunderstorm, a flash in a second. And I was invited to this Japanese company that was free of debt, as Patty said, that was in, now we're in 19 countries, in many countries. And I thought, and I did not know anything. I invite everybody to investigate and see, hook up and get curious enough with what made sense that we just presented, that Patty presented. What made sense to me is what I'm sharing. Japanese, I had no idea what network marketing was. And I was humble enough to say, there's something here. I have no idea. But if it's Japanese and if it's water and it's been around this long, I'm going to find out. And basically, those were my initial thoughts. Now, what about the water? The water, you will see, Patty, can we put the video? Because I went in without knowing everything. I discovered this, like you're going to see the video. And it's wonderful. This little video tells you all the benefits that I had to learn between clean water and live water. I had no idea of the difference. And now that I've been in Nikken for 8 years, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you. So this video, Patty put it on, it's enough to get you going and understanding. Go, Patty. Thank you, Patty. And as you can see, the ionized, the minerals, everything we see there is really the perfect example of nature. One of the things that I discovered with Nikken is that Nikken, they really know how to imitate, copy nature. So it's the equivalent of the water running through a mountain, melting the snows, it gets filtered. Then you have your underground rivers where they get the minerals, it gets the oxygen. And then when it comes out of the source, it comes out of the earth. One thing that reminded me of my high school biology class, where that I did not pay attention enough about the negative ions and the positive ions, and that's magnetism, which was a total discovery. So this water, the minute it comes out of the earth, it gets magnetized with the negative ions that are very good to us. As I said, I was in a physical condition that was a bit of a challenge at the time. So I trusted. I needed to trust the people. I needed to trust this Japanese amazing company that I had no idea about. And the discovery has been overwhelming. Now, as you see me in the picture, I only travel with what I call my portable personal water filter. We identify it in Nikken as the sports bottle, but it really is a personal portable water filter. I go all over the world with it. I can't live without it because now I know the benefit. And you feel it little by little every day when you start cleansing your body about the water. You start feeling a difference. Somehow it's amazing. You feel the difference. I like to keep it very simple because that's how it was for me. It was very simple. It was just understanding that one day I tried bottled water and it was like my body wanted to spit it out. My body rejected it. It was so amazing. Why? Because I had been giving my body the right type of nourishment, the right type of anything that you need inside your body. Okay.
Okay.
And it did it. So I recommend that you investigate. I recommend that you try it. And it is incredible as a business. If I could donate to all the places I go in the world and everything, you can't. So this business has allowed me to travel, to help, to change the world, invest in my body, and help other people have healthier financial opportunities, because I needed a financial plan B at the time. And I ran with it. I just simply ran with it because it had to do with health. It had to do with energy. I had learned how to meditate and started yoga. So I knew that we are, as Patty just mentioned yesterday, and assuming I love your phrase, Patty, and I'm going to make it also mine, we are what we absorb. And in Nikken, if we live our products, if we enjoy what we are doing, especially with the water, it permeates our whole body. We are water. And that is the one filter we need. Can you imagine when I understood that after all the treatments and medicines that I am very thankful for having, this is, like I said, 8 years ago, I knew I was cleansing my body with this wonderful live water. Now I know the difference. You don't want clean water. Of course you do, but our body needs a water that is alive, that has the minerals, that has the negative ions, that can really go to your brain, to your body, cleanse you, clean you. Once we all go back and understand that we learned it in our high school biology, you never look back. And I am extremely passionate, and I invite all of you to talk to whoever is inviting you to understand, but give yourselves the gift of true health, the gift of self-nourishment, and you will be able to share it with everybody with such passion, because it makes sense once you try it. You can be involved in anything. You can work in offices or outside. You can be involved, like, the yoga community, the sport community, and well, you'll understand it faster. But I invite all of you to see, and Patty, could you put the one of the bottle also so they can see it? Because it's also the same. That's why it's such an amazing portable water filter, because anywhere you go, and in the picture, I actually have the old model, which I have here with me, and now I've changed the cap. But could you put the other video so they can see?
The other one didn't pass because it was in a different format. So sorry, but we'll send it to them if they want to.
We'll send it to you, but it also talks about, you can see everything that it has. It has the magnets inside. It has the filtering system, and I just hook it to my bag, hook it, when I'm traveling. Always make sure when you cross through airports that it's empty. If not, you're going to be sorry. You're going to be very sorry. So I just make sure it's empty. But anywhere in the world I go, and now that you can't travel, that I'm home, it's here. We have the waterfall here. We are so thankful not only to just have water, we have the best. So let your body tell you, let your body feel it, and just see. There's a lot of people that need to know everything that is there. So
super.
I hope
we need to go. Okay, so we're going to go to the next one.
Okay, go to the next one, Patty.
Thank you. And now, next we're going to talk about sleep. And now we have our very own lovely Lucy Patel.
Thank you so much, Patty. I'd like to share my screen. If you could allow me to share my screen.
Sure, no problem. And this is Lucy, where are you? Here we go. Okay. Normally, now you can.
No.
Try again.
Fantastic, I can do that. So,
yeah.
Welcome everybody. It's wonderful having you here. My name is Lucia Patel-Vašeková, and I'll be talking to you about sleep. But before I start, let me just ask you a few questions. Do you wake up tired? Please type it in the chat box so we've got some interaction with you. Second question, can you sleep actually? And my third question would be, you can fall asleep or go back to sleep. So type yes or thumbs up. Thank you so much for your interaction. So stick around because I'll be sharing with you 3 things. How to recognize if you are sleep deprived, the 5 myths about sleep, and a simple, easy to use natural solution. So how do you know if you're actually sleep deprived? Now, if these things are actually important to you, please feel free to take a screenshot. But as you know, this video or this presentation is recorded. You need an alarm clock to wake up on time, or you rely on the snooze button. So hands up, how many of you do that? You have a hard time to get out of bed in the morning. You feel sluggish in the afternoon or need a nap to get through the day. Or you get sleepy in meetings, lectures, or warm rooms. Gosh, how many times I have done that. You fall asleep while watching TV or need to sleep on the weekends. You fall asleep within 5 minutes of going to bed. That is actually a sign of being sleep deprived, by the way. Big one. And last one, you get drowsy after heavy meals or when driving. Now, here are the 5 myths that we sometimes think we can do, but it's not true. First one, you can catch up on sleep over the weekend. No, you can't. The reason being because our body doesn't work on a weekly cycle, but on a circadian 24-hour cycle. Second, you can get by on less than 7 hours a night. No, not really. And there's a wonderful presentation that actually goes deeper into this. So I encourage you, if this is something of interest to you, to go back to the person who has invited you to actually go deeper. In this short presentation, we actually don't have as much time. Third one, daytime naps are bad for you. Not true. They're actually highly beneficial. And many famous people who have achieved so much are doing this. Fourth one, alcohol makes you sleep better. Again, not true, my goodness. Again, we can talk much more on this topic, but on another occasion. And last one, the older you get, you need less sleep. Not true, on the contrary, actually. We are like babies, we need more. Moving on, did you know poor sleep can cause all of these issues? Weight gain, we eat more if we are tired. We often go and snack or get into the cupboard for really nice unhealthy things. So thumbs up if you sometimes do that. Feel free to interact with us. Next, heart disease. Next, anxiety or depression. Then stroke, fatigue, kidney disease, cancer even. And actually you are more prone to get injured. I forgot to put it on the slide. Oh, yeah. So how many hours a night do we need? Well, the key is we actually need between 8 and 9 hours a night. And please don't take my word for it. Do a little bit of research. I highly, highly recommend this gentleman who is PhD, Matthew Walker, and the book is called Why We Sleep. And the next one is called Lights Out. Again, wonderful book, so highly, highly recommend that. The author is T.S. Willey. Now, 5 tips that you can walk away today and already actually improve your sleep would be, give me a second. Schedule your sleep. Please go to bed at the same time and try to wake up at the same time. You will do your body a whole lot of good. Excuse me, I just need to take a sip. Avoid sugary diet and heavy meals, particularly in the evening. You want to be like a yogi. You want to have kind of heavier meals in the morning and slightly lighter food in the evening. Next one, avoid intensive exercise in the evening. That will give you so much energy that your body will not want to go to bed. Next one, avoid watching TV or mobile 1 hour before you go to bed. Reason being, the blue light that is coming out of these devices, it really prevents you from falling asleep. And last tip, hydrate your body well during the day. And ideally your last drink you would like to have 1 hour before bedtime, so you are not waking up in the middle of the night. Oh, so this one is the simple but very effective solution. I highly recommend. My husband and I have been sleeping on this for the past 9 years, and including our little one who's just 2.5 years old. It's the Kenko Natural Sleep System, has got us already, Patty mentioned, with the water. It replicates nature. So there's magnetic technology, so that's the earth energy. It's orthopedic support for your whole body, no matter what type you are. It massages you because it has got wonderful nodules all across the pad or the mattress topper. Also, it regulates your temperature. How many of you, if you've got a partner or husband, one is feeling cold and one is feeling hotter? So this is wonderful because you can have one blanket and that fits or will respect your needs. It's actually a fraction of this price what premium mattresses cost. If you know John Lewis, you know, this one is, you know, truly a fraction. Next benefit is environmentally responsible materials. This is what Nikken takes pride in. They are very great company in this sense. And also, next point is environmentally safe materials. You know, that's what I love about this company, by the way. And my last point is, Kenko Natural Sleep System is designed and engineered to promote quality sleep. So yes, you will need to adjust a little bit your lifestyle, but even if you don't, this will work on you. So this is me. Thank you very much for watching. If you want more information, please go back to the person who has invited you. There's a lot more information about sleep, you know, a lot of videos, and get educated. And primarily, the proof is in the trying. So if you can, ask the person who can actually lend you the sleep system, you feel it on your own body. So thank you again.
Thank you very much, Lucy. And so we're going to go right on to nutrition with Marianne Timms.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Marianne Timms, and I joined the company. I partnered with the company 3 years ago. Excuse me. Many of us have quite acidic diets these days. We might drink tea and coffee. We might have a lot of animal protein in our diet, and that predisposes us to being slightly too acidic for our bodies, which runs, I think the pH of blood runs about 7.35. I won't get into too much science because this is the benefits for you. You need to know what the products do for you. So I have been asked to talk about 2 of our products that we do. So the first is barley grass, 95% organic, harvested when the shoots are 8 inches tall, and we don't, but the people who produce it harvest from the juice of the barley and then spray dry it so that it's full of amino acids, which are the body's building blocks. It's full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes. It's like a salad in a glass. So it comes in little sachets like this, and I'm actually going to do a Blue Peter style one, and you tip it into your apple juice or water when it's cold. You can sprinkle it over salads. It's got about 11 calories in one little sachet, so you give it a good old shake like this, shake, shake, shake. Hopefully the lid doesn't come off and drown me, and then it's ready for drinking. The benefits of it are it's kosher, it's vegetarian and gluten-free. Even the Egyptians, the Romans and the Vikings knew about it, certainly not from Nikken because we haven't been around quite that long. However, it's brilliant for energy, for hair, skin and nails. It reduces tiredness, fatigue, and is great for cardiovascular health. The other product I've been asked to talk about is lactoferrin. Now, put the product aside for a minute and give you some scientific data. Lactoferrin is thought to prevent viruses from attaching to the target cells. It's brilliant for immunity. So the barley grass and this together at this time are really good for supporting your body. It's found in breast milk. So if babies are breastfed, it's the first thing that they're introduced to. It's also found in saliva and tears. And what it does is it binds the iron that's readily available in the body, and it improves the oxygen uptake because there's something called hemoglobin, which is in your blood. It has an iron molecule and it transports oxygen around the blood. It's really important as well at this time that we're all going into be potentially wearing masks a lot. It increases the oxygenation of tissues. And of course, if we have a mask across our face, then that is potentially reducing the oxygen available to our lungs. So well worth thinking about. The product, moving on to talk about the product, is lactose-free, gluten-free and suitable for vegetarians. As I have touched on, it's great for the immune system. It increases antioxidants, and those are the little fighters that counteract free radicals in the body. It increases your energy generally. It's great for gut health. It's much more kind on the gut than elemental iron that you can get from health food shops. And it's also great for acne and breakouts. It is thought, it's just an amazing product. I have used this and this all through the last 6 months. And I have to say that I think I had a virus, whatever it was, and I certainly sailed through it. I had a very, very mild version of something, which is excellent because my health is generally better drinking the pine mag water, which we've talked about, sleeping in the system and taking these products. So I won't keep any more of your time. I'll pass you on to the next speaker. Thank you.
And we have energy with Ursula Dowd.
Hi, everybody. And I look as though I've got little lines, but I've got some blinds. So it's kind of like filtering the light because the sun's decided to shine after being out all day. Fine. So before we go into the slides, I came involved with Nikken about 4 years ago. And like everybody, it's a learning process. You don't really understand what the magnetics do for you. But I threw myself in and I organized my first little workshop, and I had a couple turn up who were early 30s, and she had chronic fibromyalgia. She couldn't lift her arms, anything at all. And so I sat her down on two of my, and basically my favorite is a seat pad. So I sat her on the seat pad, I put her feet on some insoles, and we carried on talking. And after about 10 minutes, she said, it's kind of weird. She said, I got this real tingling happening. I said, oh, okay. Then it's my first one, so I'm thinking, okay, here we go. And at the end of the kind of half an hour, we got up. Now, bearing in mind, she couldn't lift her arms literally above her chest. That was it. When we stood her up, she suddenly, I said, okay, now we'll try again. And she literally, her arms flew up and she went, how did you do that? I said, it's working. So obviously something's good's happening for you. So we basically carried on. And then at the end of the session, it was about an hour, just over an hour. I said, I'll tell you what, take the two products home with you. And her husband and her went, but you don't know us. I said, yeah, but look what it's doing for you. So they did. But I said, on one condition though, every day, send me a little text, any change, anything that happens, so that I can be assured that everything's okay, and if I need to give you anything else or support. They went. And the other thing with the seat pad, what's so lovely with it, is so multi-use. So you can use it in your car, you can put it under a sheet, yeah, so you can sleep on it, sit on a couch, whatever. And so the following day, she sent me a text and said, I slept on it. I've had my first night's sleep in years. I went, okay. The next day, she sent me a text, said, all the flare-ups calmed down. Day 3, I'm not popping my pills. And at the end of the week, they sent me a message saying, would I like to join them for a glass of wine in the local pub by the river? Well, never one to refuse a glass of wine. And off I went, and I got there before them and literally sat there. And when they came in, they bounced in. There was no other word. It wasn't the person that I'd seen a week ago. And so she went, blah, 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 blah. She didn't stop for an hour. And I was like, oh my goodness. And but at the end of the hour, she turned around to me and went, "You've given me my life back." And when you get that kind of feedback, you know you're on the right path. So, but the question is, why? Why did it happen? So, can I get you to move them down, Paddy, please? Or can I? Okay. Very simply, it's the effect of magnetics on inflammation. When we get sick, all the cells clump together, and that's why we get the zones of inflammation. But the magnets cause the red blood cells to develop more charge. So they separate and they distance from each other. So they basically increases the flow. Your blood viscosity improves. So gradually the pain goes. Makes sense. Okay. So I thought this was a useful little picture so you can actually see what I'm trying to explain to you. On the left are images of the blood before contact with magnetics. And as you can see, all the little clumps. But on the right, after they've had 30 minutes, the blood is now pulling apart. They're rejecting each other so it can flow. So these are absolutely the best products that you could possibly have. I traveled all over the place, as many of you are aware, and coming back from Peru recently, all my clothes got left behind, but my seat came with me, my insoles came with me, my belt. So if you've got somebody with sciatic nerve that fires, I literally put the belt on and it's gone. Like within 1 hour, I'm back up and walking around. So very quickly, so you can understand again, I do energy feedback. And this image is somebody that's got perfect calm energy. All the graph in the middle, you can see the lines, they're all straight. Okay? Calm, 100% calm. This is reality. This one, this is what we're all like. You know, the energy's doing all this, and you've got the high colors up in the brain, so the energy is being pulled into from the body into the brain. So you've got very low energy in the body. But if you put someone in contact with the seat and the insoles, this is what happens. Look how the body has come right down, and it's in a short space of time. This is what the benefits of using magnetics do for you. I don't travel anywhere without them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ursula. Now it's my turn. So we're going to talk about income. So I'm Patricia de la Garza, and I've been in Nikken for a few years already. And I wanted to put all of this in context. So why are we listening to all these wonderful products and all these wonderful testimonials? Basically, all of you are business owners and who work in the wellness sector, who already have a client base, who would love to expand your offer with like-minded products, and who wants to maintain your intention of making this a better world. Of course, like all of us, we were affected by the corona confinement. Some of the people that have like yoga studios or are massage therapists and the such, they had to close their source of income. And we need to make up for the lost revenue. And we would love to we would love to introduce Nikken as a possibility for you to develop passive income. What is passive income? It's income that will come to you on a regular basis without too much work. Once you try the products, once you try the technologies, once you've lived them and you know how incredibly powerful they are, and you can start sharing testimonials like the ones you just heard, and you are going to naturally want to share everything. You see a good movie, you want to share about it. You talk about it. You go to a great bar, you're going to talk about it. And so you will love to see what we do as a community. And the idea to add Nikken into your business formula is really to have another basket. So everybody knows that it's a very good idea not to have all your eggs in one basket. This will be your second basket. This will be your extra source of income that will join perfectly and melt perfectly with what you're already very good at. So we are going to, how does that work? Well, Nikken becomes your partner. So Nikken is going to do all the hard work for you, basically. So what does Nikken do? They develop incredible products with incredible technology, very, very, very avant-garde. They do all the planning, then the inventory, the logistics. They ship for you. You don't have to stock anything. They receive the payments, the credit cards, and the bank transfers. They pay you, of course. They take care of the customer service, warranties. They have a platform online. You can do all of your Nikken business from your phone, and or from your computer. You have an incredible training program online. You see all these lovely ladies that have learned all these incredible things about hydration, about energy, about sleep, about nutrition. It's almost like I would call it Nikken University. And we have support with marketing, with materials that you can put on your social media. We have incentives, and there's always new markets opening up. So you can even have an international business. I have an international business. I was born in Mexico. I have business in Mexico. I live in Belgium. I have business in Belgium. I have business in the UK. And it's so incredible, this whole idea, that because of my network, I could be sleeping, literally sleeping in my bed, and I would be making money because my team is working, and it's their working hours in Mexico. So those are some of the things that you want to consider. So what is your job to do in Nikken? We have to try it. You have to try the products, try the technologies, feel them in your body, experience them. And then once you experience them, it's going to be very, very natural just to want to share them. Because if you are in a wellness profession, you want to help the world. You want to be relevant. You want to make a difference in somebody's life. And when you start experiencing those products, then you're going to want to share them. Then if you see somebody who could also profit from this plan B, from this extra egg basket or whatever, you're going to invite them and you're going to train them. And you're, of course, going to enjoy that new income that is going to be coming in. And so just to make it really short, what made me decide to go for Nikken? Well, one of the really big arguments was that there was no monthly requirement. You are not required to buy anything every month to keep you active. And that is a huge difference between Nikken and some of the other network marketings. All the orders are online, and Nikken charges, deposits, ships. I can focus on what I do best. It improves the wellness of our friends, and it helps the planet. Just one of the products that I move the most is water. Why? Because I love those personal hydration units, like Patty was calling them, because they keep the planet from having tons and tons and tons of plastic water or plastic bottles floating everywhere, and people that I care about drinking water with plastic. So I'm free with my time. I have an extra income. If something happens and I cannot work, it's okay. Nothing happens. If I have extra time and I want to share it, I have that extra income coming in. I meet wonderful new people. I learn new things. I can travel. And some of the other things that are really interesting is that I can leave this business for my children. So this is something that you can inherit. And the last thing, which I think is going to be really important to me coming in the future, is that I can look forward to an active retirement where I'm learning things, where I'm moving things, where I'm keeping contact with my friends, sharing something that is very positive. So there's 5 ways of making money. The person that invited you is going to be able to explain this on very good detail, but I just wanted to let you know that how do you start? You make a 20-pound decision. That's it. So we're ready for your questions and answers. Kathleen, you're unmuted, so now you can do it.
Oh, great. Thank you. I didn't realize. I just want to acknowledge that we are over time, and we did say 30 minutes. So I've gone through the chat and I can't see any questions as such. So I just wondered if anyone wanted to ask a question, or would you prefer to have your questions answered, you know, by the person who invited you? So I don't know if you know how to, I think we have to come off of this presentation so we can see everyone, Patty, that's brilliant. There. So, so if anyone wants to just raise their hand if they would like to ask a question, we'll respond. Can't see anything yet. Okay, you're most welcome to ask any silly question that's come up.
Deborah's asking.
Deborah. Okay, can we unmute Deborah?
I just unmuted myself, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
I first used Nikken about 15 years ago in Canada, and I've lived in Ireland for 10 years and I couldn't access them here. So I'm really excited. I just found out from Ursula yesterday and I'm like, yay, I can't wait. And it's amazing, especially because the difference in water quality here in Ireland, I've had bottled water since I moved here. That's 10 years of using bottled water. And I'm ashamed of that fact, but I also know that the pipes for water in Ireland are made out of lead, and I refuse to drink water from lead pipes. So it is a big difference. One thing I wanted to know, and I wasn't sure on, I forgot to ask Ursula, was about fluoride. Does it remove fluoride as well?
There is some removal of the fluoride, but we don't acknowledge it because it isn't, you know, a specific measurable thing. But you can find out more anyway from Ursula. I'm sure she'll pass that information to you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm really aware of time. We're about...
Kim, I think...
Does anyone else have any questions, or should we...
Yeah, there's a question from Trish Appleton, if the filter filters microplastics.
If the filter, oh, is it in the thing? Does the water filter microplastics, which I would believe...
Yes.
No.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Oh, sorry.
2
Yeah,
microns.
do you want to respond to that?
Yes, it does up to 2 microns. So most of the microplastics are taken care of.
Fabulous. Sorry, I didn't understand the question, but yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're going to draw this to a close and leave you to, you know, other people to answer your questions, because it is important to keep timing. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Really appreciate it, and lovely to see your faces. And I think we're going to be doing this. I mean, this is a trial thing, so I think we're going to be doing this most Thursdays, isn't it, Patty?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to stop recording now. And actually, I would like to